Mic check, mic check. Do everybody hear me out there? Do everybody hear me out there? Mic check. We live, we live, we live. I got a topic to talk about today. And I'm not going in the direction of everybody else because I've listened to a million lives and we all saying the same thing. So, what I'm looking at is, do the Falcons have the resolve to finish? Do our team have the resolve to finish? That's what I want to talk about. We can talk about the negatives. We know Michael Penix had a bad game. We know OC Zach Robinson. I don't even want to talk about him right now. I'm real upset with Zach Robinson right now in this pistol formation and this shotgun formation and the way he using it. Because when we in pistol, we running. When we in shotgun, we throwing. And that, no, everybody see that. So yeah, anyway, but my question to the Falcon fans and the people out there, do the Falcons have the resolve to finish? Did this game teach them a lesson? Can they take this game and elevate? These type of games can make or break a team. Are they do they have the resolve to not let that break them? Is my question. But I am gonna give you my thoughts on it. I'm gonna be honest. When I first start off, when I say this, the problem is these are fixable problems. That's what the biggest issue is. These are fixable problems. The one way to fix the problem is Zach Robinson gonna have to open up that playbook. He still got the training wheels on that playbook, and I realized that with what he said. He says you got to get the easy plays before we can move on to something else, right? Show you how I know he bullshitting and he got them training wheels on because he didn't feel like that in that New York Giants game last year. First play that we did last year in the New York Giants game was Penix under center with play action. First play, go back and watch it. We won in the pistol, we won in shotgun, he was under center, and we went straight to play action, roll out. I ain't seen none of that. I ain't seen no orbit motion from Zach Robinson. I ain't seen uh his bunches because he like to keep his wide receiver in bunches. I haven't seen his trip sets. There's a lot of stuff I ain't seen from Zach Robinson that I've seen him do with Kirk Cousins. Whether it be in the pistol and shotgun under center or whatever, whatever. Okay, now that we passed that, because like I said, I don't want to talk about what everybody else talking about. What I want to talk about is, does this team have the resolve to finish? Does this team have the resolve to push past this last game that we had and make the correction? Because even though defense played good, defense had a few miscues too. Because now you got, after this one game, now you got Panther fans talking about Jesse Bates trash. Okay, bro. I hear you. But anyway, the second thing that I feel we have to do is get more creative with this run game. I sat on my sofa and I could tell you when we was running the ball just by how Bijan and Warner lined up. If you go back and watch that game, when Bijan was behind Warner, it was a run. When Bijan was on one side, Warner on the other side, or Warner behind, however they moving it, it's a pass play. Because Bijan and Warner blocking. Like, bro, that shit was so simple. I was like, Lord have mercy. So we got to get more creative in this run game. For Tyler Algier to have one carry was fucking criminal. for Bijan Robinson to have 16 carries was fucking criminal. And I hate when they scheme the whole offense around Bijan. But it's like, bro, these teams cannot. The only team that could really stop the run game, and that wasn't, they didn't really stop it. He was doing it wrong, is Tampa Bay. Other than that, we should be able to run on all these other teams. All these other teams don't have a Vita Vea up the middle. But then as soon as something worked, you see Tyler Algier had how many yards last time we played them? Switch it up. Hit them with Tyler in the first quarter or two. Or first quarter, just hit them with Tyler. Then in the second quarter, mix it up between Tyler and Bijan. You know, but that's one thing we're going to have to do. That's why I said the problem is a fixable problem. Very fucking fixable, honestly. If he opened up the fucking playbook, but we already passed point one. We have to get more creative with this run game. We got to. Regardless of how anyone feels, regardless of what anyone got to say, we have to get more creative with this run game. And that's just being very, very honest. Next, number 3 was going to be my wide receivers need to get separation, but I'm going to be honest. I'm sort of 50-50 with the IQ fire. I'm going to tell you why. Because I seen that problem last year. They couldn't get separation for real. They weren't getting no real separation except for Mooney. But Mooney is an actual route runner. But our receivers weren't getting separation a little bit last year, honestly. So part of me wonder, is that part of what the problem is with the plays he's calling, because they're not getting out their breaks fast enough. They're looking lazy on their routes. I ain't never seen Drake London look this lazy on routes. They did that. That wide receiver room did not look happy at all. I'm talking about literally at all. Then you got one play where, like my boy Blackberry was saying, you got Mooney running what, 5 inches away from the sideline trying to do a out where he don't have no space to do a out. Like, I don't know. So I'm sort of 50-50 with the Ike here firing, because I did notice our wide receivers weren't getting separation last year, and that is his job, is to teach these receivers these routes on these plays that we're running. And I did see, even though they made it look good last year, I do remember for, yes, our wide receivers weren't getting separation like we really needed them to. But like I said, my bigger question is, and that's number 3 on, do the Falcons have the resolve to finish? Like I said, the reason I don't want to talk about what everybody else talking about, because what everybody else talking about is how we all feel, but all of these are fixable problems. Now, the problem I thought that really ain't a fixable problem, like Scott Kennedy said, is your left tackle, right tackle. But he's been doing his job. So now we passed that. That's a hard problem to fix. But what we got going on offense is not hard. The offense just don't look happy either with the play calling, with the scheme, or how they running the plays, or I don't know what it is, but the offense don't look happy, and none of them look comfortable. Not the O-line, not the wide receivers, not the quarterback, not the tight end. Nobody looks comfortable. Nobody. So that is why I said, why I posed the question, do the Falcons have the resolve, which I believe they do. That's why we on number 3. Because all these problems are fixable problems that we have. Now, whether firing Ike Hilliard was a fixture to that problem, the only reason, like I said, I say I'm 50-50 on that, is because I did notice last year our wide receivers weren't getting separation. Hold on, y'all. Yeah, man, these school buses be flying up and down my street with these kids in them, bro. Dead serious. But like I was saying, one, we got to get more comfortable on offense. And partially what I think it is, the defense done jailed quicker than the offense has jailed. The offense hasn't jailed yet. Not saying they're not cool and they're not buddies and they don't, fuck with each other. But as far as football play wise, they haven't jailed yet. They're not somebody not on the same page. And I know Zach Robinson got plays under center. I know Zach Robinson got more than that. I seen it. I seen Zach Robinson with more than a pistol and shotgun. But the offense just does not look happy to me. That's why I said, do the Falcons have the resolve to finish? Now, like I said, all these problems are fixable problems. That's why I didn't want to talk about the same thing as everybody else. So the reason I say they fixable problems because one, Zach Robinson got to open up their playbook. It is what it is. You got to open up the playbook. Two, we need to get way more creative with our running game. Three, our our wide receivers aren't getting separation. That's why I said I'm 50-50. Again, I'm going to say this, and I know I've said this probably a million times already, but I'm 50-50 on the I hear you because, like I said, last year they weren't getting separation. It took a while. I say it took a while for them to get separation. And at that point, they were really just making shit happen. Some of that, they was really just making shit happen. So I don't know whether that's the reason that Robinson scheme not working. I'm not sure. I just they're not coming out they breaks fast. That Carolina game, I seen Drake look the laziest he's ever looked in the game. Period. So somebody not happy about something in there. So now you got open up the playbook, creative with the run game. Wide receivers need to get separation. The next problem is fixable because even though the line is doing good, they're still not, and I understand, but they're still not opening up the running lanes like we're used to have. It's more so our wide receivers. I mean, our excuse me. It's more so our running backs creating shit and making shit happen. Not saying you don't have to do that, but at some point you have to be like, okay, O line, you got to open up better lanes for the running back. So I feel like I said the reason all our problems are fixable problems. Very, 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 very fucking fixable. So like I'm saying, one, open up the playbook. Two, get more creative with the run game. Three, wide receivers need to get separation. Four, O line need to create better running lanes for our run game. And I think I have a small bone to pick with Zach Robinson because I'm not understanding why you not spreading the defense out like you was doing with Kirk Cousins and running them spread looks. And I still feel like you don't trust that O line. It got to be you don't trust that O line because it don't make sense to keep all your formations tight. All of their formations be tight. None of them just really be a spread, a real spread. It just be misalignments and aligning them out outside the numbers or inside the numbers as far as how I want to say it, as far as being in the wrong alignment for whatever you want to run. That's why they have a lot of timeouts and miscues too, because people don't even know where they're supposed to be lined up at. Y'all don't remember that one play in the Carolina game where you had Charlie Warner lined up on the inside and Jake Matthews lined up on the outside? Like, come on, bro. Like, you really have to sit back and just see certain stuff. That offense just don't look happy to me. And I think that's the main takeaway from why I think so many miscues are happening. I don't think I don't want to say they don't look happy, they don't look comfortable. Your offense is not comfortable. And comfortability with an offense, you see, offense and defensive vibes are different. You want your offense hungry all the time. And you want your defense hungry all the time and ready to attack. And you do want your offense the same way, but your everything, it don't have to be comfortable for defense as it does for offense. You have to be comfortable for offense because you need to get them in a rhythm. With defense, you can almost just say attack, and if they know what gap they shooting or what lane they running or what zone they protecting or what man they on, they good. But it's not as easy on the offense because the wide receiver got to remember what route to run. The wide receiver got to get off on his break. The wide receiver got to figure out which way to break when the route he's running is coming into a completion and how fast or how slow. So it's a lot of stuff to go into it, but nobody looks comfortable. And I need my OC to realize it's more than Bijan Robinson on that field. Teams are teeing in on that. That boy ain't even gonna be no good for the playoffs if you keep running them like that, man. That's what we got a two-back system for. You're not even utilizing the two-back system. And it's just like, what the fuck are you doing? But like I said, I ain't gonna harp on that because we all been going in on that for the whole week. But I'm just wondering, does this team really have the resolve? I feel they do. I feel they come back and turn this around. Cause one thing about it. Oh, and let's talk about this too for a second. While we talking about does this team have the resolve to finish? Yes, I do feel like they do. And like I just went over at the beginning of the show, number one, open up the playbook. Number two, get more creative with the run game. Number three, the wide receivers do need to get more separation. They had that problem last year. Number four, the O line need to create better running lanes for our running backs because our running backs are not really getting good lanes. They're really creating shit. If you notice, Bijan ain't really had too many clean lanes, and it's never really gonna be a clean lane. But in the same token, they not offensive line still not giving them the push that they missing that push with McGarry and the Storm Norton. I'm gonna be honest, they are. And then it's so those four things alone can fix the problem that we been talking about since Sunday. Those four things can fix a lot of those problems. That'll fix the timing. Get out the goddamn pistol and shotgun. Like I said, if you go back and watch that New York game, when they trotted Michael Penix's ass out there, the first play was him under center, play action pass, boom, Hodge or Ray or something like that, caught first pass. Or it may have been Darnell Mooney, first pass. You ain't seen none of that. And that's why I said I don't understand why you're scared with the playbook now, but during his first three starts, the playbook was wide the fuck open. You can't tell me it wasn't. That nigga was running all type of shit with all type of different emotions. left and right motion, orbit motion, back motion, front motion, any type of motion you could think of, he was running. And it was crispy plays. It was just they was off because they had we thought they ain't practiced together. Maybe that's it. Maybe it is. That's why I said I'm 50-50 on that IQ you're fired. Because they it ain't like they were getting hella separation as wide receivers. So I'm not saying he was a big issue, but what I'm looking at it from is he's the one that teach the wide receivers what routes to run in these plays before they have to break down, I guess, and make their own route. But other than that, that is his job. Our wide receivers just don't look happy, bro. That's why I said that if you look at that Carolina game, bro, that's the laziest game Drake London has ever played. And he still played with heart, but that was the laziest game I ever really seen him play. And that's just real. So something is going on around that offense. And maybe it was IQ. We not in them meetings and in them rooms with them folks. Maybe he not teaching them the right lanes to run in Zach Robinson's scheme. I don't really know, but I'm not gonna harp on that. All I'm gonna say is this team does have the resolve. If you look at the pieces that's in place, there's no you could not. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. You couldn't give Kyle Shanahan this offense. You couldn't give Mike McDaniel this offense. You couldn't give Ben Johnson this offense. Yeah, you couldn't give uh Steve Sarkisian this offense. And I promise you, we putting up 40 points every game. I promise you, with them 4, 5 people I just named, I promise you we'll put up 40 points every single game because they gonna utilize this team and the weapon. See, they get too Bijan happy. He too Bijan happy, man. You can't be Bijan happy, bro. There's more players on this team. Remember when Arthur Smith used to do that, we used to lose. Until Arthur Smith started opening up Drake London and Kyle Pitts and Cordell Patterson and all of that, where it wasn't just a Bijan show. That when we started winning. You can't be really truthfully if you was a smart OC. Listen, I'm gonna show you how deadly this team could be. If I'm OC, right? Even though I ain't never been an OC, you know how I kill these teams? I feature one of my star players, a different one every week, and center the game around them. And it's gonna be a lot of work, but I think the team could do it. One week we gonna center the game around Tyler Algier and Kyle Pitts. One week we gonna center the game around Bijan Robinson and Tyler Algier. One week we gonna center the game around Drake London and Darnell Mooney. One week we gonna center the game around, probably Kyle Pitts and Drake. Switch it up. I go Kyle Pitts and Charlie Warner on their ass. And have everybody else be a decoy. Nigga, we finna eat your ass alive in the middle of the field with the tight end until you stop it. But we gonna loosen you up with that run game first. But the way I feature my man, that nigga playing, bro. That nigga playing. He's supposed to have game plan for each individual star player that he got, because he got star players. Each individual week. This week you may not see as much of Bijan as you may see Tyler Algier and Kyle Pitts and Charlie Warner. I may have to beat you with them three. It's chestnut chuckles. Next week, I may air raid your ass with motherfucking Drake London and Darnell Mooney and Bijan Robinson. I may don't feature Tyler that much that week. I may want to go air raid offense. Man, you run so many different style offenses out this motherfucker, bro. That shit's ridiculous. Fuck it. If the O line can't hold up, nigga, we finna find out. We finna find out right now. Can the O line hold up? Because the O line can hold. Maybe you need to spread the O line out. Maybe they'll hold up better in a loose formation instead of all them tight formations that you doing. Then the following week, I may kill you with Darnell Mooney and Ray McLeod and have Kyle Pitts and Drake London be the decoy. That's why I say, man, it's too much talent on the roster, bro, for him not to. And I know he got it because I saw it with Kirk Cousins. Kirk Cousins just couldn't make the throws, but the plays were there, and I seen it. And you did it in the first 3 games with Michael Penix. Now you want to put the training wheels on him, bro. I don't get it. I don't get it. That's stupid. Go and light this motherfucker up, nigga. What is you waiting for? You feel me? So the Falcons really do have the resolve to finish. Like I told y'all in the beginning of the year, I'm not worried about the players. I'm not worried about no player on that field. You know who I'm worried about? The coaching staff. I've been worried about them the whole offseason. I wasn't even worried about no player. I was so happy when they got us a defense and some pass rush and all this. But and all that's nice and pretty. But I need to see the coaching staff because the players weren't really the problem a lot last year. It was the coaching staff. So now what I'm looking at is do you even how I want to say this? Because I want to make sure I, say this the correct way. Not do you have faith, but do you trust that Zach Robinson can get this offense together so this offense can have the resolve to finish? Because a lot of that shit fall on his play calling too, and I'm gonna be honest, a lot of them plays ain't the wrong plays. Nigga, you just call it at the wrong time. When you supposed to be calling a pass, you call a run. When you supposed to be calling a run, you call a pass. We 3rd and 1, and you want to run a stretch play. For what? We 3rd and 1. Why we running stretch anything? Straight up the middle. It is what it is. You got to beat it. A quarterback sneak, dive over the top. Fullback dive. Shit, we ain't got to pitch it off the motherfucking Bijan or Tyler. We can pitch it off to Charlie Warner. See, that what made Kyle Shanahan who he was, bruh. One week, you may get, was it Keith Smith, Patrick DeMarco. You may get him lining up from the fullback to the outside. And he may not whoop you with Julio. He may whoop you with Sanu. You see what I'm saying? He knew that matchup game, and that's what I think Zach Robinson, I don't think he's lacking it. Like I said, he got training wheels on the playbook, and that's what's killing me because I watched the plays myself. We wasn't predictable when Kirk Cousins was in there, when them plays was in there. We wasn't this predictable in Michael Penix's first 3 starts, nigga. You were airing that shit out. And once they got in rhythm, started getting in rhythm, we were deadly. We were deadly when they started getting in rhythm. So what changed from then to now? You see what I'm saying? What changed from then to now? Why are you keeping the training wheels on your quarterback and the playbook? You bring in, this is why I said this. You bring in a quarterback that plays the long game, that plays the vertical game, and plays the shots down the field game, and you trying to turn him into how I want to say this. You trying to turn him into a short and intermediate game quarterback, which just mix that shit the fuck up. I don't get what's so hard for him to understand. You mix it up, bro. Man ain't threw a pad downfield yet, which I do feel it might have been partly on him too, because he wasn't trusting what he was seeing. But at the same time, look at it, the plays ain't getting in. The headphones messed up. You up there in the booth, he can't tell you what he sees with it because the headphones messed up. Y'all can't even fucking communicate. So what I'm looking at is y'all need to fix that. Okay, so now he on the field, which where the fuck he should have been anyway. Everybody knows you don't leave your young quarterback and you go to the booth as an OC. If you look at any OC with a young quarterback, they ain't in the booth. They on the field. So they tell the quarterback what they see, regardless of Hillman's working or not. Because you need to talk to him. You really need to get down there to talk to your whole offense because obviously you and your offense ain't on the same page as far as communication. But like I said, all of these problems are fixable problems. I ain't freaking out. Am I mad about the game? Fuck yeah. Hell yeah, I'm mad about the game. Am I thinking the season over? Nope, season ain't over. It's just 3 games, bro. Holler at me about game 8. Week 8, holler at me. Because I already know every team. One thing you got to understand is it is week 3. I'm not panicking. Because one thing I know, holler at me week 8 for anybody team, not just ours. Anybody team holler at me week 8. Because the team that's winning now may not be winning by week 8 to week 10. I'm just being real. Because most of these teams that really be flourishing during the year, they offense is out of whack right now too. Kansas City offense out of whack like a motherfucker right now. Baltimore shit out of whack. You see what I'm saying? And I'm not our shit out of whack. Great teams. I've never really seen great teams just in the last I say in the last couple of years. Even look at Detroit. Before this other game, their offense was out of whack. So part of me feel like this the game we needed this type of game. And it needed to come from the Panthers. I hate to say it, but after I slept on it, we needed to win Minnesota, but we needed to lose Carolina. And I'll tell you why. Because if we lost to Minnesota, everybody expected us to lose to Minnesota. You see what I'm saying? So if we'd have lost to Minnesota, that wouldn't have hit like it hit when we lost to Carolina. When we lost to Carolina, that made us go do some soul searching real fast. That made everybody go do some soul searching. Look at Ray Ray interview. Ray Ray like shit, and it will be out the door. Won't none of it be here. Look at Bijan and Tyler. What they said. You know what I'm saying? Look at what the team is saying. So I think we do have the resolve to finish. I think this team wants to finish. I think this team wants to prove itself. I honestly do. I honestly think this team wants to prove itself. So, you know, the way everything is looking, it's like, well, I'm gonna just sit back. I just want to see them do this. This, like they said, this type of game can make or break you, and I don't think it's gonna break us. I don't see it. You know what I'm saying? I think it's gonna make us come out our shell. I, I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna tell you another reason why we need to lose to Carolina. I ain't gonna say 30-0, but you know why we need to lose to a team because they the bottom of the barrel. They the bottom of the barrel in team. That shit gonna make you open up that playbook. You ain't gonna have no choice but to open that playbook up. You have no choice but to open that playbook up. For real. I'm telling you, he can open that motherfucker up now. He ain't gonna be able to, and he may have been trying to save them plays to the Washington and Bills game. Ain't no telling what Zach motherfuckers be thinking, man. A lot of time motherfuckers be thinking fast and be thinking ahead. Don't think them coaches ain't looked at their schedule. And I'm not saying that what he did, saying this is what he did, but I could see that because I watched it last year. We didn't crank up to like game 5, week 5. That's when we crank up right in October. If Kirk had stayed healthy, boy, it was all uphill from there. It was all uphill. That's not even that like that. Boy, after about week 5, but we took off. I ain't even gonna lie to you. I ain't even gonna tell you no lie. I seen all type of shit. That's why I'm mad now. Where the fuck the orbit motion at? You used to love that shit. Every time you turn around, you doing that with Darnell Mooney. Got Darnell Mooney in the orbit motion. I ain't seen none of that shit. So I know you ain't broke the playbook out. You can't lie to me. I seen the type plays you were giving Kirk Cousins. The only problem was Kirk couldn't deliver the ball. The plays were there though. The plays were definitely there. But he even had Kirk Cousins in the pistol. He tried that shit. Kirk Cousins told him get him out that goddamn pistol. Remember, that's when the media started talking that shit. That when he started putting Kirk Cousins, calling all them plays from under center for Kirk Cousins. Yeah, that's how I know he got them plays. You see what I'm saying? Y'all be forgetting shit. I don't be forgetting the motherfucking thing. I don't be forgetting the motherfucking thing at all. Y'all be forgetting. I know he got under center plays. I remember we came out that stint. Matter of fact, if you go back and look at Kurt Tobel, most of his shit was under center. Kurt cut that pistol shit out quick. Kurt told him cut that pistol shit out quick. Y'all don't remember that shit. That was him and Kurt were beefing about that goddamn pistol. I swear for God. He was beefing about that goddamn pistol. I remember that shit. But hell yeah, man, we still alive in this motherfucker. I just did a pop up show. I ain't even pushed it out there or show nobody or none of that. It was just a little pop up show, man. I'm getting the Instagram together and everything for the at Dirty Falcons podcast. So I'm slowly working. I'm getting up there, but I just really want to talk about this topic. You got your ass whooped, straight up ass whooped in front of everybody. Everybody will replay you. You got a total ass whooping, and I feel like maybe that's what you needed. Maybe that's what you needed. Maybe that's the blessing you needed to make Zach Robinson open up that goddamn playbook. And that's just real. I hate to say it like that, but I really feel that way. I really feel that way, man. Cause when it's all said and done, I'm gonna be honest. I don't know if y'all noticed this, but Raheem will get rid of Zach Robinson as they are not tied to the hip like y'all been saying. Y'all think Raheem won't get rid of Zach? Raheem ain't finna let nobody fuck up his head coaching shit. Zach Robinson will be the next to go. That'll give him his 3rd year. Y'all don't even get it. And I couldn't even blame him. Go get Mike McDaniel. Shit, they finna fire his ass down there in Miami. He done already had a left-handed quarterback. So he know what plays to call for. Because one thing about it, I was trying to figure out why some of these plays he calling up for a right-handed quarterback. That's part of the issue right there. You calling plays that ain't even that is for a right-handed quarterback, not left-handed. But hey, that's easy enough there. It is what it is. That's why Michael Penix look like he's struggling. But hey, I'm not gonna say nothing. I think this. Yeah, you fucked up, Zach Robinson, like he said that he wanted to say in his interview. So I really think that this is gonna open up, make the Falcons offense open up. It's gonna make him have to utilize everybody. Because with the Washington Commanders, you're going to have to utilize everybody, not just Bijan in that game to win. The one thing Kyle Shanahan did was spread that fucking ball around. Zach Robinson didn't get to spreading the ball around like Kurt did, and that's how I know he got the plays, bro. See, that's what's pissing me off while we talking about this. Because I know Zach Robinson got the plays. I seen him. I seen him with Kirk Cousins. That's why Kirk went off in October because y'all don't remember at first for the first 3 or 4 games, him and Kirk were beefing about that goddamn pistol formation. Remember, everybody was saying why he not playing Kirk under center, why he got Kirk in the pistol, why he not letting Kirk roll out and get more mobile in the pocket. And as soon as he started playing Kirk under center with a little bit of mobility in the pocket, he didn't even really let him play action. But as soon as he got down, had him with some mobility in that pocket, hey, Kirk would eat. For real. That's how I know, man. He playing, bro. That man playing in our face, bro, with that playbook. I'm telling you, I know they in there. I know them plays and I seen them. The plays weren't the problem with Kirk. The problem was Kirk couldn't take the deep shot. That was the only motherfucking problem. When they were there, Kirk couldn't take the deep shot. But sorry for that long pause. But is it that he let Kirk take the deep shots because Kirk had more experience on what the defense can see? But then it's like, okay, you're getting the play in 0.3 seconds. You weren't getting the play in 0.3 seconds with Kirk. Kirk made sure you were getting that motherfucking play in. Michael Penny's got to grow into that. Because trust and believe, it was Michael Penny's third or fourth year. He was already in his like fifth or sixth year. He cussing your ass out and you get the motherfucking play in. I'm telling you. But then part of me think, goddamn, our OCD goddamn malfunctioning when we get to the red zone. That's how I know he got the play. Cause from the 20 to the 20, that nigga is a monster. He a monster from the 20 to the 20. He get in that red zone and malfunction. I don't know what it is. He get in there and malfunction. Instead of just like when we get in the red zone, go jumbo. Why you ain't going big boy? Why you ain't going jumbo package? You know what I'm saying? Or the bunch, or form of the jumbo. I'm going jumbo in the red zone. I'm gonna make you stop it. You're gonna have to stop it. It is what it is. I may go jumbo then, I may spread your ass out and still run the motherfucking ball. Like, come on, bro. Like, I don't know, man. Cause I know it ain't he ain't got the plays. He just won't open up that playbook. Bro. He was more freer with Michael Penny some first 3 games than he is now. Now he's trying to be like, we gonna start you off slow, but see, you didn't start that, man. See, I know what's fucking them up mentally. What's fucking our quarterback up mentally is in his first 3 starts, you did not start him slow. You let that man tamper with the playbook, so he know the plays there. You see what I'm saying? You let him tamper with the playbook, and he know the plays there because the first play you did with him was under center, roll out, play action, boom, right there to Ray McLeod or something like that for a first down. So he know the plays there. You're not running them, and now you want to lock them in, lock plays like in a secret vault, and don't want him to get the good playbook. And he's like, hell no, this ain't the playbook you got. This ain't the playbook you playing with Kirk Cousins. You trying to make that shit work? You gonna have to go get that other playbook for real. Get up out that goddamn pistol, bro. Oh my god, I don't want to see no more pistol and shotgun, bro. I really don't. I know he gonna run it, and there's nothing wrong with mixing it up, but he not creative enough with that. He not. He ain't creative enough with it. So yeah, this just when you see it and you come through and listen to it, hit that like button. Follow me everywhere at Dirty Falcon Podcast. You can also follow me everywhere at King Richie. You can also go check out that music. I got out song single Pop Out. You put in King Richie Pop Out, it'll pop right up. Go on to stream that for your boy. You know. But anyway, that's all I wanted to say, man. I just wanted to give my little soliloquy on that. Y'all enjoy the rest of y'all day. You know it's always a blast.